to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome to the Board of County Commissioners meeting, Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. Consent agenda.
Approval of payroll June 19th, 2026 and July 2nd, 2026. Approval of claims June 26th, July 2nd, and July 9th, 2026. Approval of minutes June 23rd, 2026.
I move we approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, announcements. Bid openings for cement stabilization project, County Road 1050 North, 50 West, to 125 West in Liberty Township. Scott, do we have bids for that?
We received no bids to open today on that advertisement.
We'll postpone that.
Correct.
Come in. Okay.
Well, what does that mean exactly?
That means we issued bids, we published it, and none of the contractors responded within this industry. Which I'm assuming the lime stabilization is a handful of contractors.
So yeah,
Go ahead.
The cement stabilization, there's really two companies that engage in it, and generally they are a subcontractor to a general. They're not really used to performing this work on their own as the general and lead. So it's probably a bonding issue or something like that, where they're not comfortable submitting bids in this fashion.
What's the engineer's estimate?
I guess I wouldn't want to say at this time, maybe, if we could release it when we get the quotes, but it would be within the possibility of a change order to our Hackney Lane project.
All right, let's discuss it after the meeting.
Okay.
What our options are.
So
Sounds good.
We'll just set another date to send this out again.
It's possible we could do requests for quotes, so it might be within that threshold. And it's at the limit of it, so we could possibly request quotes and move forward in that fashion.
I think the department and I can figure out how to get it on the next agenda properly.
Sounds good.
So so between now and then, what does it do to that project itself?
So it'll push it back a little bit until we can get prices from contractors to do the work, and we'll explore other avenues to get that work underway.
Are you still looking to be able to accomplish that in the window of this year?
Yes, it'd be this year. It'd probably be going into the fall, but it would be this year still.
I only ask because all have residents ask. So.
Right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next item. We had a proclamation for the Cows baseball team, but that's actually going to be moved to the August 4th meeting. So we'll be doing that, honoring that team on then. So moving on next, Gilman. Good morning, Paul.
We just have a few pay applications here. So for the highway department, we've got Gary Up Construction pay app number 18 in the amount of $208,832.80, and then Circle R Electric pay app number 16 in the amount of $13,872.06.
I move we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Kale?
For the jail, Gary Up Construction pay app number 14 in the amount of $68,117.85. Kleckner Interior Systems pay app number 13 in the amount of $32,033.90. Stan's Painting pay app number 11 in the amount of $59,347.91. Effie Moran pay app number 14 in the amount of $23,066.76. Quality Control Systems pay app number 13 in the amount of $245,121.16. H&T Electrical pay app number 14 in the amount of $32,048.72.
I move that we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Facilities, Mr. Kubaki.
Bill is on vacation.
Bill's on vacation.
But on this particular issue, not only have I talked to the facilities director, Mr. Kubaki, but also the representative of the engineering company who, from American Structure Point, This was originally awarded on the bid. We didn't have the contract on the agenda at the time, but we were unaware that the bid was awarded on our standard county contract. We ended up having some confusion as to whether the contract needed to be on the agenda. It did, but we ran into every single other individual had their vacation this week. So that is why I fielded the phone calls. It is reviewed. It has been proper. I would recommend that we approve at this time.
I move that we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Museum, Mr. Kevin.
Good morning.
Good morning. You have a request to use the courthouse south lawn for the historical trades demonstration on Saturday, August 22nd, 2026, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. with setup time starting at 8 a.m. Event is free and open to the public.
I move that we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Second request, the use of the courthouse south lawn for the War of 1812 event on Saturday, November 14th, 2026, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. with the setup start at 9 a.m. Event is free and open to the public.
I move that we.
Fighting each other or anything.
No fighting.
Okay.
But there is a connection to the War of 1812. Even though Porter County wasn't established, our namesake is a big part of that. And you'll have to come to the event to find out more.
Colonel Porter.
Commodore David Porter,
The same Porter that Porter County is named after?
correct,
Wow.
who also never set foot here.
There'll be more details.
Yes, more coming soon, though. If you're interested, please
As-
stop by the Porter
As
County.
long as you're not asking the commissioners to get involved in a mock.
No,
Something like that.
none whatsoever.
I move that we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
We're looking forward to this. This will be interesting.
Too.
We have the animal shelter. Jennifer, is she here? Scott, are you aware of
The trust.
Yes, this is a continuation. We have previously consented to things along the estate process. This is the final accounting that has been provided to all the heirs. We are a percentage, or the county, or specifically the animal shelter, is a percentage, I believe, 20 or 25% of the overall trust administration. A full accounting has been filed with the court, and I have reviewed. I believe it's in the proper format, and I would recommend that as the Porter County or the commissioners approve, the one of the commissioners to sign the beneficiary consent, or the animal shelter director herself.
So, do we need to move who needs to sign it?
Yes.
Well, I move that we approve and that the commissioners sign it.
Also.
okay? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Health Department. Good morning.
Proving that the health department is not on vacation.
There you go.
Yeah, but what if somebody needs somebody down there right
Good morning.
Morning.
I've got my Board of Health hat on, and I'm pleased to come before you with two requests. Before I do that, I think we should all introduce ourselves, since we've got many health department people with us. I'm Dave Hollenbeck, and I'm the lawyer for the health department. Jess?
Jess Waller, Director of Nursing. Gary Gatzia, Director of
Matthew Ball, Administrator.
Dan Boyd, Environmental Health Director. Friday Kimon, Health Officer.
All of these individuals had some role in crafting the document that's before you for your consideration today, actually both of them. One of them involves fulfillment of a commitment that the health department made to the commissioners a number of years ago, and that's to evaluate our pricing structure with some regularity, just to make sure that we are still, as much as feasibly possible, consistent with the theory that we should minimize the tax impact of the health department in Porter County. And we have before you an ordinance that we proposed that would facilitate accomplishing that task of raising the amount of the fees that we charge, nothing significant, so that we can facilitate the intent of the commissioners originally, which was to minimize that. So that is before you today. The second one that's before you is we have become unusual in that we are one of the few counties who do not have a temporary tattoo parlor ordinance, which is becoming problematic because all the temporary Purdue parlors are coming to Porter County and we don't have any regulatory authority over them, and you can get some consequences from tattooing. So we want to make sure we have some oversight to that. So specifically, Dan Boyd's been involved in drafting the second ordinance that you have before you, which is to establish the Porter County Health Department's entitlement, right, and responsibility to identify temporary tattoo parloring that's going on in Porter County, inspect it, and permit it to assure the safety of the citizens of Porter County who choose to get tattoos. We're here to answer any question you may have, and in hopes that you will approve both of these.
Got to be careful where you get your tattoos, Barb.
So I have so we have an ordinance here, and we have they're both on first reading. So we'll start with the health structure fee first, and that is to revise the fees for the Board of Health. So we're going to close this meeting and open up a hearing. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak in favor of this ordinance? Second, is there anyone that would like to speak in favor? And third, is there anyone that would like to speak in favor? Okay, is there anyone that would like to speak against this ordinance? Second, is there anyone that would like to speak against it? And third, is there anyone that would like to speak against it? Okay, hearing none, closing that, going back to the commissioners' meeting. Do we have a motion?
I move that we approve this ordinance on first reading.
And that's the ordinance
For the board health fee structure, the rate.
visiting the Porter County Board of Health fee structure.
Right.
Yes. Second.
We have motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Second, we have an ordinance revising Porter County Board of Health tattoo parlor body piercing facility regulations. First reading. We'll close the commissioners' meeting, open up a hearing. Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this ordinance? Second, is there anyone that would like to speak in favor? And third, is there anyone that would like to speak in favor? Is there anyone that would like to speak against this ordinance? Second, is there anyone that would like to speak in favor or against this ordinance? And third, is there anyone that would like to speak against this ordinance? Okay, hearing none, close that, go back to the Board of Commissioners meeting. Do we have a motion?
I move that we approve this ordinance on first reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much, commissioners, and to reiterate what Commissioner Biggs said, you can now get, or you're close to being able to get your tattoos safely and without any concern about it.
I've been waiting.
Thank
But just wait until this meeting's over.
Yeah.
E911, Ms. Gunn.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. You have a request to approve a technical integration standard operating procedure.
I do. So we're seeing more and more over-the-top applications come in that need integration with either our CAD system or our telephony system. And with those, I'm sure Commissioner Regnant, you're aware the technicality behind that and the concern sometimes. So in conjunction with IT Director Spires, we came up with an SOP that would mandate that anyone who wants or needs integration into our CAD system or our telephony system get that approval prior to making that purchase.
Debbie, could you give us an example of that happening or that?
Yes, we're actually going through the process right now. We're working Valparaiso Police Department. They purchased flock technology that requires integration with both our CAD system to feed their real-time crime center and as well as their telephony our telephony system that would also feed their real-time crime center with calls in real time that they would determine meet the threshold to deploy a drone. So to give you, I'll kind of walk you through how that would look. If a caller calls in from Papa John's on Lincoln Way here, and there is a disturbance in progress, that call would come in to our center at the same time. The Valparaiso Police Department will have access to that call, and then who is ever manning that crime center at the time, if they determine that it meets the criteria to deploy a drone, they would deploy a drone, and that drone would fly and theoretically be on site prior to any other first responder. So that's actually something we're going through right now, but this is coming. This is a kind of a revolutionary technology that's widespread nationwide. But because of this, you know, there are network considerations, there are system considerations that, although this technology is I do think it will benefit public safety and it is very advantageous, we still have back end work that needs to be assessed and evaluated before we can just make these integrations.
So whose idea was it to create the SOP?
I think it was a shared idea between the two of us. When we encountered this, we realized that it was something that would definitely benefit.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I think the SOP is very well done.
I do too. It's probably should have done 5 or 6 years ago. And you know, in the flock drone project, I think it's a great project. It's just we got kind of caught like what? So this gives everybody, you know, the time to prepare and connect, because when that's turned on, we want to make sure, as I've said to you many times, we want to make sure that the county is not the problem. It didn't work.
If I may, the critical part here is, and I've talked to all the commissioners about this, is technology. I use the analogy of a car. This is like adding components to your car and customizing it. There's costs associated to all of it. And so someone goes and buys a drone system. Those are not the only costs involved. There's the cost of to integrate it, to maintain it, and to ensure it's redundant. And in this scenario, those questions weren't asked and planned for. And so now we're playing catch up to try to figure out what the impacts are to the system and such. So,
well, the other thing is, it's not like you're just sitting around twiddling your thumbs waiting for new work. You've got a couple of integrations coming up too, and to be able to prioritize and to make sure that you know, that your current workload can function also while we're talking about doing that.
Thank you.
I would think that as quickly as technology is changing things, this is something we're probably going to get hit with probably, fairly regular, you know.
Yep.
Well, Jeff, at some point in time, understanding that this is going to be an ongoing thing, is there any, and I know that you're buried right now with trying to get other things in line, but can you prepare a recommendation at some point as to what we're going to need to do from an equipment closet, from network perspective to?
Yeah, Debbie and I met last week about that, just not with the 911 center, but all of the facilities here and all the challenges that I'm going through. We'll talk about scalability and redundancy, so that we can be prepared for those type of things, so the Porter County can be prepared for those things as they come in, and have as much flexibility as possible. But again, it's critical. You can't run your business without technology.
Yeah.
And so it's important that IT be at the table for all those discussions, because no one knows what the issues we're facing with, and we do something that adds more demand on a system. That system may not be able to handle that demand, and so we got to be prepared for that.
And quite often, probably more times than not, it also means throwing additional resources.
Yes, 100%.
That we did not budget for. So,
Well, and it's either that or you have 20 different service providers that have access to that equipment and the, you know, security issues that could.
Yep. And it's a data security issue as well.
Yeah.
Did you make a motion, Barb?
I will. I move that we approve the technology integrations standard operating procedure.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Sheriff's Department. Good morning. Good morning.
A good looking group.
Okay, the first we have an ordinance amending chapter 3.34 of the Porter County Municipal Code regarding inmate processing fees. And this will be for a first reading. And this is to change the fee structure of the current fee structure.
Correct. The last one was changed, I think, in 2015. It was $75, and we're requesting we go up to 150. It's basically when an inmate's actually convicted, this fee will be added to it, which it already does, and the money for that goes towards anything that will benefit the inmate, such as bedding, toiletries, anything, vehicles if we have to transport them, anything like that. We go towards that.
And I think it's important for everybody to understand they're only paying that if they're convicted.
Correct.
So we should triple it.
Agree.
Write them down. Any other questions?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm going to close the commissioners meeting and open up a hearing. Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this ordinance? Second, is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this ordinance? And third, is there anyone who would like to speak in favor? Is there anyone who would like to speak against this ordinance? Second, is there anyone who would like to speak against this ordinance? And third, is there anyone that would like to speak against this ordinance? Okay, hearing none, we're going to close that hearing, go back to the commissioners meeting. Do we have a motion?
I move that we approve this ordinance on first reading.
Second with discussion. And again, Chief, what is it currently? What do you want to take it to?
It's from 75 to 150. So ordinance says 150.
Can is the board opposed of changing that to 200? You know, given the
I'm not.
operation, we're just on the tail end of spending what $18 million.
$18 million on the
to
jail.
renovate the jail.
We're spending more than $18 million.
Yeah, it's probably going to be in the 20s.
We're spending about 20.
So I don't think that we're being unreasonable at all.
That's if you're convicted correctly.
Right.
So if you're convicted and if you're indigent, I don't think they get charged for it either. They can prove that.
So I'd like to have that amended if the board's not opposed to it.
How did you come up with the 150? Who's actually paying the 150 or $200, whatever? Is it the state that's paying it, or?
No, the individual defendants are paying it upon conviction. So when they enter a plea agreement, they pay court costs, they pay fine, they pay the countermeasure fee, and then they pay the inmate booking fee, and they pay the death benefit fee. All of those other fees are mandated by the state. The inmate processing fee is allowed to be adopted by local ordinance. We've had a history of increasing this. It started, I think, at 25. It's gone to 50. It's gone to 75. So basically, over time, it's been utilized in this manner. But the other side of raising it is, as individuals are unable to pay, it just gets put to it's put to a judgment lien, is what we call. In other words, it's not paid. So there's a point of diminishing returns as you raise the amount up, as everyone else has raised the court costs and everything. So right now, on an OWI plea agreement, you're probably around $1,200 of fines and costs at the end. So that's part of the overall picture of what this is playing into.
I just, it's really not difficult to stay out of trouble. So, somebody that gets into the degree of trouble to where they're actually being arrested. And the other thing is that fee is not that fee, if you're convicted, it doesn't matter if you were there 2 days or 1 day or 20 days. you still are only going to pay $200. I think it's very
Oh, I thought that was per day.
no.
No.
So I think
Total
it's
fee.
very reasonable given
Yeah.
what it costs
Yeah.
to house a prisoner for a
Yeah.
day.
Why don't we make it $250?
I'm with you, Barb. With you. Go 250. I'm fine with it. I understand Scott's, the information he was sharing with us on. The higher it goes, the more difficult it is to collect. But I think that's a woefully bad reason not to raise it, given what it's costing the taxpayers to house people who can't seem to stay out of trouble.
Okay, can I recall my motion then?
Yes.
And move that we approve this ordinance on first reading with an inmate processing fee of $250.
Second, and take that extra 75 to give it as bonuses out for the number of for your officers, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And to the criminals out there that would Barbara.
Second request is to approve a commercial lease agreement between South Point Partners LLC and Porter County Board of Commissioners in the amount of $2,000 per month for an annual cost of $24,000 for a 2-year term for PC Med Unit premises.
And what is that?
So
Because I could.
This is our Porter County Multi-Enforcement Group, our drug unit. We've been blessed to have a off-site office. I know from at least 2015 we've been paying that fee. They haven't raised it on us.
Wow.
So it's just basically renewing the contract to stay there
Uh-huh.
for another 2 years.
And HIDA pays for it.
And it's paid through HIDA, yeah. Which is the
And that's $2,000 a month.
correct.
Getting that space for.
Yes.
Which is a deal.
Yep.
I'll motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. IT Director Jeffrey Spires. You are up. Good morning. So you have a request to renew Porter County's underground fiber locate services with NITCO for a 36-month term with an annual fee of $3,500, totaling $10,500 over 3 years.
So this NICO provides the fiber to the Porter County. You have 811 that does the fiber that's location services for utilities on your private property or the county property. We have to provide that when there's digging and construction going on. So this is for the services for all the county facilities where fiber is installed, which is about half the facilities, a third of the facilities in Porter County.
I move that we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Assessor Sunev. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everyone?
Good.
Super duper.
I'm bringing my director of real estate with me up here to talk about our pictometry contract. I did do some investigative work and talked to two other companies that do this kind of work, and that's Nearmap and Vexel. Nearmap was the only one who came in with a bid, and I've done a little. I think you all have a copy of this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking at that, there are several things to look at. Number one, comparing EagleView to Nearmap. With EagleView, we do own the data. We would own, I put yes, current year and forward, but really, we don't own that data. We have access to that data for Nearmap. Also, the imagery, we currently use 2-inch resolution, and Nearmap only offers 3. With
And what does that mean, Sue?
well, it's the resolution of the images you're seeing. So a 2-inch resolution, I'm not sure I can explain it. What I can tell you for sure, because I've never done a lot of work with 3-inch, but between 2-inch and 1-inch, it would be the difference of zooming in to a street sign and it being blurry as opposed to it being completely legible.
Mhm.
I'd love to get 1-inch, but it's beyond our financially we couldn't afford that.
Mhm.
But what I know the difference between 1-inch and 2-inch, I can imagine it would be the same between 2-inch and 3-inch, that imagery in a 3-inch would just not be, the resolution wouldn't be there, that we need to be able to see certain things. And then I also shared some other data with you showing you that Eagle View does the flyover for Porter County and they cover the entire county, all 4 corners. Where Nearmap, I showed you that they do not cover the entire county. They leave the South County portion is only done every few years, and then the main part they definitely do flyovers in the populated areas, but the unpopulated areas they don't do as often at all. So, for instance, when we had the tornadoes, we may not have current data to see what it was and what it is now. And the other thing with Eagle View, they're real careful to make sure they do that flyover in March or the beginning of April before the trees bud up and leaves come on, so that we're getting leaf off imagery. And Nearmap will not guarantee that we'll get leaf off imagery. They do it 3 times a year, but and the ones in the summer to me are kind of useless because the leaves are so dense you can't see through to see many things. They do integrate with XSOP, which is our CAMA system, and then the last thing is the training. If we continue with Eagle View, we don't have to train the 80 countless people. But I think the important thing here is that the 2-inch imagery is a huge difference. And then there's the fact that so many different people use this pictometry on a daily basis. There's information that's saved in the system. Peggy, you want to talk on that?
Sure. We have the ability to save our workspaces in pictometry. So, say for instance, we had beach erosion issues several years ago in quite a few of the taxing districts, and I was able to go in and identify that, label it. We actually had a special meeting at Ogden Dunes for that and or Portage, and it helped because I could identify it. I printed everything. We put it up for everyone to see because sometimes you have to have a visual for that. And I think like the sheriff's department, 911, probably the building department may also use those workspaces because you can put text boxes in there. You can color code things for you to present to someone. It also helps me when I represent an appeal and I'm providing taxpayer information. I have that ability. So if we do not retain pictometry as the system to use, I will lose those workspaces that I've specially saved in there. So with the other departments.
One other thing that's really important that I failed to mention is the difference between what we call obliques and ortho views. So Nearmap, everyone does the ortho view, which is straight down. So you see rooftops. But with Eagle View, we get a side view. They call it a oblique view, where we can turn it sideways and I can see all 4 sides of a house. So I can turn that picture and I can actually see the side. In doing that, so there are times when taxpayers tell us they don't want us on their property when we come by for a reassessment, and we have the right to be there, but we do not argue, we walk away. That's noted on the property record card, but then when we do our office review, I'm getting on my pictometry and I'm looking at all 4 sides of that house. I can also measure patios, I can measure sheds,
Right.
I can measure decks. So if they've redone their deck and they didn't get a permit, I'm going to know that and I'm going to be able to measure it, which is also really important. And Nearmap does not offer that. Well, they offer it for No, they don't offer that at all. Bexel offered a little, but
So let me understand. So really, the comparison between Eagle View and Near Map is not an apples to apples comparison.
it is not. Nearmap does not offer, and I think Mr. Jabo's back there, and we've had conversations. He used Nearmap when he worked for the city, and I think he'll testify that the difference between Picto and Nearmap is really night and day. Eagle View pictometry is just so much better.
Yeah, I looked into this, after our last meeting. I went down to the assessor's office. I looked at this, their situation with Eagle View, and then the only other company to quote, that gave you a price. But it's not an apples to apples. And considering how much our county does use it, there's a better value in this Eagle View product. So
I move that we approve the Eagle View proposal for $120,664.97.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. And I will just note out loud that this is a 6-year contract.
Yes.
Although it's 6 years, if for some reason we were unable to have the funding to do it, we can get out of it, but we do have the pricing for 6 years.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Highway Department, Mr. Polaric.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good
morning.
So first up, you have a request to extend an employee's FMLA by 3 months.
Yeah, we have a longtime employee that's having some health issues. So we'd like to extend that FMLA for another 3 months.
Is that your recommendation?
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Second request for the placement of an honorary street sign with public right-of-way in honor of Palmer Grumbine. Does that sound right, Mr. Jabo? To be located in Woodruff Drive in Autumn Oaks Subdivision Center Township. Is that good?
I move that we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just so everybody understands that we're not changing the name of the road or the street. We're just adding that as memorial.
Correct. It'll be a different colored sign.
Yeah.
It'll be blue and white compared to our green and white.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe brown and white.
Yeah, we have to figure out the exact color we're going to go with. But yeah, it'll be added to the same existing post as the current.
And then what is the length of time? What did we decide how long they would stay up for?
The ordinance, I believe, says 5 years.
Okay.
And just for the record, Superintendent Polaric and I worked together. They did follow the new resolution you passed at your last meeting. They did get the prerequisite in excess of 50 signatures. So it's the first run for this new resolution. We see some tweaking. Maybe we'll create a application form specific just to this. We didn't do it this time, but they met all the requirements.
I only 5 years.
Signs age over time and things change. I mean, they can come in and ask that it be continued.
Okay. And 3 is void. Article 3.
Yep. There's nothing to award. Correct. So we'll get with Mr. McClure and figure out what the next step would be here.
That's the cement stabilization project.
Correct. Yeah. We did not receive any business.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Didn't we have a motion? We did do that motion for.
Yep.
Okay.
We're good. We can move on to Mike. Next.
Yep. Development Stormwater Management, Mr. Cabo?
Yes, conversation I had with Commissioner Morales. He was talking about the devastation and all the property that was destroyed in South Coney during the June 11th tornado. And while we were speaking, we're thinking of some way, the commissioner was, of
can we give assistance to the people that lost their property on that as far as planning and zoning goes and permitting it. I told him that if the commissioners would like to forgive those, they could do so, and then but they still got to follow all the other rules. They got to be zoned right. They got to meet the setbacks and requirements and all. So probably more so for Scott. Scott was asked to prepare the ordinance that's before you that would allow that. Thing is, this is an ordinance, so it's 2 readings, correct? So it wouldn't be for another 3 weeks unless you wanted to suspend the rules. Is that correct?
But we're dealing with fees,
Yes, that's true.
so we are hamstrung with that issue. But I think we need to move on today and process to the next meeting.
Very well. I just, for clarity, I wanted to bring that up.
So we'll move on with the ordinance reading and then do the final. Okay.
And the only question I had for Mike was, this is going to impact his department because he uses these fees for their different projects. So
I understand, but I think
We're not
cost we're talking.
Yeah.
And if I run short, I'll come ask you for more money. How's that?
Barb will help you.
Yeah, so this is an ordinance from the Board of Commissioners suspending the building permit and various fees and extending the non-conforming structure build period for structures damaged by the tornado and severe storm events on June 11, 2026. So we'll close the Commissioners meeting and move to a hearing. Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this ordinance? Second, is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this ordinance? And third, is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this ordinance? Is there anyone who would like to speak against this ordinance? Second, is there anyone who would like to speak against this ordinance? And third, is there anyone who would like to speak against this ordinance? Hearing none, moving over to the Commissioners meeting. Do we have a motion?
I move that we approve this ordinance on first reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And then we'll take this to our August 4th meeting for final approval. Correct. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Autumn Trail Subdivision road barriers. Sir Deborah Fletcher. Is that she couldn't make it this morning. Okay, she called in. So they've done this before, and it's a request to restrict access August 15, 2026 to 2515 White Pine Circle for the Autumn Trail Subdivision annual picnic with homeowners' consent.
And I will move to approve this request, dependent on the fact that they actually have homeowners' consent.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, is there any other matters which would like to come before the commissioners? Would anybody like to speak? Anyone? No? Larry? Good? No one? Okay, the next meeting is August 4th, 10 a.m.